Audit. This is an SEO mini audit. Again, my name's Chris Palmer. In this video, I will be walking you through how you can do a mini SEO audit. I don't want to waste any time. We'll go ahead and get right into it. So, the site that we will be taking a look at today is going to be this particular site here. The site that we're looking at is Coaster Law LLP, Limited Liability Partnership. This is a injury lawyer in the great state of Illinois. We will be looking at Champaign along with other pages within the site. This is the homepage. This is one of the places that I really want to take a look at. Again, I'm not going to be following an itemized list. I'm going to be looking at a select few things, ways that we can get an advantage, a jump, a rise. All right. So let's start. I haven't taken the liberty as of yet to get in here, other than just a brief glance over. Okay. So we do have panel access. We will be taking a look inside of there. So I logged in and we're going to go ahead and take a look. All right. So these are the lawyers here. Good guys. All right. So let's get into it. If during this particular mini audit, if you have any questions related to the campaign or related to audits or any other questions that I could perhaps help you with, please feel free to go ahead and ask. I'm always here to help. All right. So let's clean my glasses because they're a little bit dusty here. Probably because I was outside running amok. All right. Bear with me here, guys. Let's get my glasses cleaned up. Because I always think like I'm starting to get tired because my eyes are like foggy, you know. I was doing some other work tonight, and this was one of the projects that was on my list. So we took care of that. Okay. Yeah, this is just one of the projects that was on the list. So let me just see here. Coupons, videos. Okay. So let's take a look here first and foremost. So what we're going to be looking at here is, all right, so Champaign. All right, so it looks like we have just one H1, so that's a good sign. Accident and injury lawyers. Okay, so that's one thing off the bat. It's like, well, which one is it, right? Which one's it going to be? All right, so let's take a look inside of here. So we have our pages here. Let's go out here and take a quick look and see the structure. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, so we're wasting a page. Nobody's searching for practice areas, so that's a problem. All right. And then 0 internal linking structure. All right, so right now I'm seeing here, you know, as I go over here to personal injury, I say I go into auto accidents. It doesn't take me to the auto accidents page. It takes me to practice areas and then automobile and vehicle accidents. This is a big obstacle. This is a problem. Wrongful death. Okay, let's go in here and take a look and see which pages are getting traffic, if any. What tool should we use today? Let's use SEMrush. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and just get this in here. All right, so not really getting any traffic here. So we had a drop here in April. All right, it's been a while. Okay, makes sense. All right, let's go out here. Is there areas or okay, so Champaign. So it looks like that's where we're competing at, is in Champaign. At least we have a meet the team page. That's a good thing. I think if I remember correctly, it's auto is where the money is. Yeah, automobile and vehicle accidents. But why are we keeping this in here? For what reason? Why? Why is this here? And then do you have a contact page? Okay. Okay, so we have our main things down in here. And then let me see. See, why is that there? Why is this not a... Okay, so you have practice areas. Why is this just not a contact page? So in each one, you're stuffing in a contact page. You're leading them to the contact page. Which is good if you could have somebody here, but it's not good for the search engine in order to get them here. You know, you might have a higher conversion rate of the 45 people that you're getting. But I'd much rather get a lot more people onto the page. So just looking, I'm just taking a look at a few things here. You got the phone number up here. That's a good sign. All right. Do you follow this type of structure? Okay. Defective products. Okay. I don't get it, man. And then is this a top level category page? Like, are you hubbing everything in here? Okay, so effective. Okay, so this, and then I don't see that page anywhere. So you're not hubbing the pages. See, I would understand if you were hubbing the pages. Like, okay, this would be okay. Bradley, right? Brad? No, it's not Bradley, it's Ryan. What the heck, dude? Oh, man, dude, you're killing me, bro. All right, let's go out here and see who's winning. All right, so here's the main problem. So we have a defective products and this particular word here. I don't want to say it here on the channel because it'll hurt the video. But let's take a look here. I guarantee you, if we just take a search at this, remember, URL structures need to read how people are searching. We're not going to put important words inside of our URL unless they carry volume, right? There's products and then there's the secondary word. If there's volume there and it's driving business, then there should be a products page where, okay, well, let's talk about the defective products that we can help you with. So our defective products page, and on that defective products page, right, it'll list all the products. And then when I click on the product, it'll take me to the product page. Then it'll be your website / the product that we service, right? This way we can be optimal within the SERP. See, this would be okay if this has search volume, but you're mixing two separate things, right? It would be okay if there were search volume and then you were hubbing it out. The reason is because then we can build links to the top level page, which would be this page, and it would help power, and we'd be utilizing those secondary pages as almost in a silo to help each other and then pump that first page. So that way that top level page is kind of like a top 10s page. We build all our links there. It has all those supporting articles, which are really products that we are, that are defective. I hope this makes sense to you. I know that you're going to watch this, right, Ryan? I want you to think about this, right? So this is what I mean. Let me draw this out for you so I can help you make it make sense for you, okay? So it would make perfect sense, right? So you have your home page. So this is the home, okay? So you have your home page, okay? And then based off of your home page, all right? So off of your home page, you would have this right here is your defective products, okay? On the defective products page, you would list your defective product, okay? Now remember, this is defective products, so let me show you what that would read like. So it would be your website.com / defective -products, right? If that has, some volume. Even if it doesn't, it will help house everything. So this is almost like a page. It's just a top level page. It lists all of the defective products that you can help potential clients with. So it's going to be website.com defective products, only if defective products has volume. If there's no volume there, then go for the secondary one, whatever the other one was that I don't want to say, right? Now, off of this, these will go to other pages. So this would be a page, this would be a page, right? But when I click on this page would be, remember here, this page here would be this. So it would be website.com/defective product, okay? The defective product number 1. So it wouldn't hold this structure. It wouldn't be defective products / defective products 1. No way. Because as we're going farther and farther into the structure, less and less importance is being held. Now, the reason why I would like this a lot better is because now, if you think about this, right? If I were to do it the way that I'm asking that I think would be better, is because now I'd be able to build links to this page. And all of these pages are linked together within, say, a sidebar or a secondary footer, like a secondary footer. And all of these are linked together, and then they're linked here. And then think about it. On this page, I'm listing, this is item number 1, item number 2, and item number 3, 4, 5, 6, all the defective products that I can help my clients with. Now, it's almost like, you know, those top 10 pages that rank really well in Google? It's almost like that. These are the top 10 products that Bradley and Costner can help you with if you're having problems or whatever. But really, it's a defective products page housing all of them that I'm talking about, all of them. That master page would be able to bring in so much traffic. I'd build my links there, plus I'd have all those supporting pages, which make it even more relevant and bulk out the site. I hope that makes sense to you. So I don't like the structure. I think you're doing yourself a massive disservice by doing this. I really do. I really think that you're going against the grain here. You got a lot of pages here. I like that you have you obviously have read the Raiders guidelines, right? Because you have the meet the team page, you have the resources page, right? But your structure's off. Along with that, I would assume that these are probably our most effective or most important, like Zantac and all that, right? These are probably the money words down here, is what I venture to guess. Because you're showing prominence. But if these are the money words, then I would hope that, you know, on your main page, let's see here, I'm hoping you got to get them inside the body here, right? So let's take a look and see what you got going on. So this is taking you to top level category pages, medical, right, and you have that part down, but you're not breaking down the other importance. So I see them here. So that's an immediate win. So let's go take a look and see where the majority of your links are going, and then where's your traffic going. Because if you're not getting any traffic, I would highly, 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 highly suggest fixing this up. I really would. Your structure is horrendous. So you have some, wait a minute. You got Forbes links coming in. Forbes. Real Forbes. Brief search here. Champaign, Illinois lawyer. Okay. So we're going to go ahead in there and take a look. All right, let me take a look here. Fudgy. All right. All right, so Justia, that makes sense. Find Lawyers makes sense. Yelp, lawyers.com. So this isn't your term. This isn't where you want to be anyway. You got to get tuned in for this. So let's take a look at this one briefly and see if there's any difference. We're looking for sites like ours, right? We don't want to be competing with the likes of Justia and Find Lawyer and all this stuff. We're looking for other sites in the positions that we want that replicate us, right? We're looking for actual other attorneys. I'm not looking for these big directories, man. I'm not trying to compete with them. But we do want to stomp on the other people that are competing with us, right? So we need to make sure that Google's rewarding, right? Google isn't rewarding us for the main clean term. They're rewarding the sites for this term, All right. Well, I'm not sure yet. I got to look. So again, lawyers, fine law, and I did a campaign in New York for a client, um, and it was relative. Okay, so it's looking like the best is 5. This guy's really doing well. All right, so let's take a look at it one more term. IL lawyers, lawyers, Champaign, Illinois. Okay, let's look at this one. We're looking for an in. So it looks so far the highest is a 5. Looking like the best we're going to be able to do is number 5. We're not even in the 3-pack for our headline term. This is a pretty good term here. $25 according to this tool. So it's not a joke. All right, so lawyers. Let me see here. Are they letting anybody in here? Okay. So it's dominated by those. The chances of us getting those are slim, man. So wait a minute. Legal aid. So that's interesting. So lawyer in. So let's try this one. Lawyer in. All right, let's see. Does that let us have it? So the Spiros keep showing up. All right, so we got a little bit of a difference. So it's number 6 now. So the best that I saw was number 5. And I'm hoping that, are you showing up in here? So let's go right up here to this particular site. All right, so this guy's up top. So he's a primo, premium. All right, so here's the number 1 ranker is the one that I keep seeing. So, all right. You're not even in the list, bro. Oh, there you are. Okay. All right. I know what I know. So here's the thing, right? Now, depending on this is a whole nother Justia, Yelp. They have their own specific algorithms, and I've played around with them before. That's out of the scope of today's video. I don't want to talk about that publicly, but I know how we can move up in here, and here's the reason why. The reason why you want to move up in here and you want to manipulate these secondary search engines that are ranking high, these high directories, especially for these types of services, is because they'll curate based on the user's intent. They dynamically curate top 5, top 3 searches, right? And they change. So by taking the time, or by at least toying with them, like going in, signing up for premium, they'll give you a boost in the algo. That's one tip, okay? Signing up for one, okay? Like buy 1 month, kill 1 month. Buy 1 month, skip a month. Buy 1 month, skip a month, right? And sometimes they're only like 50, 60 bucks. Let's just go through here. It's been a while since I looked at this. I think the last campaign I ran was about 4 months ago. So they have the free, and you went ahead and did that. Let's just take a look here. All right, so they're not giving it up. I actually think it was like 79 bucks or something. It was dirt cheap. I'd actually go the next step, though. I might go for this one. All right, so in any case, kind of like Easy Local, like, dude, you buy the one listing. I'm just saying, right? You pay the $74, and they blast you across all their subdomains, and you get like 400 and some links, and they're all premium links. There's like barely any comp in there, and they're all Deweys. Like, it's the same with these platforms. Like, it's totally worth the dough, especially like Yelps and whatnot. When they curate these lists, you stick around for a while. So as a side note here, I would definitely highly recommend like getting in there. All right, so let's go welcome anybody that's here. My site looks like the. Let's go over here and let's get a run so we can come to it. Let's see if we can get an evaluation on optimization scores. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up. I'll take care of the home, and then we'll go take a look at those pages. But I really do think that you got to get this out of here. You're drastically hurting. You're hurting the effectiveness of getting to these other pages. Like if we wanna rank for, car accident lawyer, right? Car accident lawyer, Champaign, car accident lawyer. Like these like bus accidents, speeding accidents, And that type of stuff would make good supporting content. But it should be okay. We're Costner and Bradley. All right, we're lawyers in Champaign, Illinois. Okay, that's the homepage. We specialize, or we are lawyers doing car accidents, personal injury. Everything else is secondary. Everything else supports it, right? And then you have your filler pages. So we are Bradley in this. We're lawyers in Champaign, Illinois. We're car accident. So boom, car accident, personal injury, boom, right? And we're talking about our header, our main pages that we're showing Google. This is also repeated in the header. Then you have your contact page. Then you have your blogs and your news and your media and meet the team, right? That's our main headline. Everything else should only be able to be reached by going to those pages, right? Like, okay, auto accidents is fine. Wrongful deaths, that could be within the personal injury. That's a supporting piece. Okay, this is a wrongful death case. This is medical malpractice case. That's personal injury, personal injury, personal injury, right? It might not be, but as far as if this is what we're targeting and this is what we care about, then this is front and center and this is where we put our focus on. Everything else is secondary and supporting content at that point. That's how I would gear the site. Now, if you want to start paying more close attention to those things, then I would fix the structure. But I mean, that's a massive project of, but cleaning up and getting this on the right track to spike traffic, because by tuning properly the homepage for it being a lawyer in Illinois, you'll start showing up for other stuff based on the rest of your site. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, and I'm sure you'll see this, like you'll have something tuned, but your homepage always shows up. And the reason is because the relevance of the rest of the website. And you have a lot of pages, you have a lot of content. I really do think if you tune your site properly, take care of this internal linking, you'd probably get a nice little lift. Let's take a look and see what